Okie doke. We're loading into Frozen Temple for game number 4. And it's going to be on... Yeah, I just said Frozen Temple. Yeah, I did just say that, didn't I? Fuck. Okay. So, it's best of 5. That's right, Nathan. And at the bottom right, we have the red Zerg player representing Team ENTS. Not to be confused with ENTS. It's a completely different type of organization. We have Serral, the red Zerg player. And in the top left, we have the blue Terran player who has put himself on the board. And, oh, shit. This is some rough... These are rough builds. Has Uthermal been watching some NA? He's been on that NA Shabu Shabu. Oh, yeah, he's Uthermal. Should probably say his name first before I say it in other context. So, yeah. Yeah. So, pool first. Smart play. Nice! Thank you, Matthew Bach. Thank you. I love you. All right. So it's a pool first, but no gas, by the way.
Legendary cast.
Legendary. This is not the greatest cast. This is merely a tribute. So he's very late gas here. So he just wants to fast queen again. And it's going to be 3 racks Reaper, by the way, this time. It's 3 racks Reaperos. So if you think about it, if this Overlord sees something this, he might think to himself, oh, shit. It's the build he did on Galactic Process. And if he thinks it's the build he did on Galactic Process, then he may think it's just 2 racks Reaper. Which means he doesn't need as many units to stop it. Which means he may make the mistake of underreacting by preparing for a build he's already seen, when in fact it is a different build entirely. So it is extremely important for Serral / Scarlet / Jadong / Boxer to be safe. Because it's going to be, I mean, this could get out of control real quick. Look at those links. They dodged the Reaper. He's the map hacking guy. The Reaper makes his way towards the base. Roach Warren is just now starting, but we have 3 Reapers being built at a time. Overlord sees it. He's like, well, I've seen this before. Direct assault. Yeah, it took 10 damage, Abathur. Calm your tits. Double gas being mined. We do not have a follow-up just yet. I'm wondering if he's going to add more racks and go full NA, or if he's going to build a command center behind it. Command center behind is usually the best way to do it. Masa really showed a lot of this in his later WCS runs against Zerg. I remember the first time after watching Masa, I think it was like in Montreal, just fucking destroy people with 3 racks Reaper into like bio push. Man, I did that to somebody and they're just like, Masa ruined this game. The Uthermal's been rocking this forever. So he pops in, gets a drone, pops out. As long as you don't lose the Reaper, you are good. You are Gucci. Everything is great. And look at this. SCV. He's ready to build. Now, this Overlord for Serral will be able to spot it very quickly. But, guys, take a look at what Serral is not building. Well, he is building drones, but I think that makes him a little vulnerable. But killing that 1 Reaper is really nice. Oh, wow. He actually got a few Reapers. He killed 3. Never mind. Serral's already, like, he's in the gold. I don't think Serral has anything to worry about. Normally, if the Reapers are build up in numbers, that's when this gets out of control. But he's killed 3 Reapers. Like, okay, 4 Reapers is doing work right now. But imagine if there were 7. Yeah. That's when, what's his face? Will Smith's like, this shit just got real. This shit just got real. Oh, he's got 7? Well, what if he had 10? But yeah, losing your Reapers is like literally the worst thing that can happen when you do one of these builds. The only thing that should ever kill your Reapers is a giant Ling Flood, because you can't run away from them. But Uthermal's traded a little bit. It's been a little bit rough. He's dancing. He's wobbling from side to side, but you know what he ain't got? That's a 3rd base. And guess what Uthermal's getting? I was about to say a 3rd base, but no, that's his natural. Okay, so maybe he'll get a 3rd base. He scans for the Creep Tumor, and he's going to get that one. Noise! Like I said, Creep Spread is so important. Does he know about this tumor? He is aware of where they are. So he can throw his grenades and actually pop those things open. Pop those tumors like cherries, you know what I mean? And the bile gets thrown, but not hit as much. The Ravager's range is pretty important. Is he still building Reapers? Yeah, he's got 12. But what if he had 15? Actually, he lost another 1 or 2, didn't he? No, he only lost 3. You'd think at this stage it'd be easier to lose them. But that just shows how badly he screwed up earlier. Oh, almost. But not quite. He's dancing around. Oh, he's going to get one. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Nice. 4 Ravagers dead. And he lost 2 Reapers during that. So that's cash money, cash money, cash. And now the grenades are a throwing. The Reapers are a rolling. Stim is on the way. The Reapers are throwing their grenades, man. It's like the new Call of Duty. He's just blowing everything up. He's got a call down tactical strike inbound. Roaches are flying through the air. He sees the morphing lair. But he ain't got a care. He's just straight thugging right now. He's got everything he wants at this point. Starport's on the way. He's building tons of Marines. There's a Ravager cocoon with 2 hit points. This is getting out of control. And now he doesn't need the Reapers anymore. They have more than done all the damage they need to. He's still picking off these roaches. He's knocking them into the sky. He's like, oh, you want a 3rd base? The zoning committee ain't going to permit that, bitch. So Serral is getting locked into his base right now. And he's ready to force his way through. He's like, no, I'm done with this shit. I'm coming out. So you better get this party started. So finally the 3rd base starts up for Serral. The Reaper count has been thinned enough that it can no longer contest. But look at what we've got here. Double medevac on the way. Tech lab on the factory, so that means siege tanks. Only thing we're missing is the 3rd command center and the engineering base, and they are now finishing. So look at that. While those Reapers were doing all of that, just imagine how hard it is to micro that and build all this shit at the same time. Like, Uthermal's a base god, and it's not just because he's Dutch, but it's mostly because he's Dutch. So 3rd CC's finishing. The Reapers are going to try to side blast. Side blast? That's the word you're going to use? They're going to flank the natural. I've never actually said the words side blast in my entire life. So I'm a little, I actually caught myself off guard there. 2 medevacs going to the left. They're going to hit from the left. The Reapers are going to hit from the right. And turn your dude into an orbital first, mate. Because you could have turned it into an orbital right now. But instead, you're floating and you're not dropping mules. All right, so we got Marines coming out. There's not a lot of roaches up front. If he gets on top of those Ravagers, he could kill them very easily. Keep in mind, only a single queen. Only a single queen. He's got not much to worry about. He's like, oh, 3 roaches? Are you shitting me? This isn't anything that's going to stop this. Uthermal is clawing his way back into this series bit by bit without a care in the world. I'm surprised he didn't side blast the natural with those Reapers. But he still has this drop, so I mean, he can hit from both sides. Okay, Reapers come in. They throw some grenades. They're softening it up. They're really killing all the creep tumors instantly, which is also insane. Creep tumor count's been really getting brutally trimmed. Like, you're going at him with a straight razor, and it's actually your first time doing it, so you know what happens then, man. It's just a bloody mess, pretty much. I'm not ready to use one of those. I'd probably accidentally kill myself, which would be bad. I don't want to die, but I do want a good shave. You know, it's like sometimes you gotta make hard choices in life. Is it really worth that risk, or should you just pay 30 bucks to have the guy do it for you? I don't know. Anyway, the 4th base is on the way. There are Marines here. There are Marines here. There are Reapers here. There are fake Marines here. Did they patch the changeling bug? Nice. You know, I actually messaged Blizzard about that like a day ago, and they're like, we got it. So I'm glad it was fixed. And these Reapers are going to die, but they did cause some distraction for this drop to hit the main. Just a 1 queen here. Some of those lings are going to run up, but 1/1 Marines are going to be plenty powerful. And now the rest of the Marines are coming into the left side. He's going to knock down this 4th if he can. There's not many lings left over. The Roaches and Ravagers are making their way downtown, walking fast. But, yeah, okay, they're going to get there in time. They managed to save it. The Marines make it into the natural, the drones. Imagine the lobster that you order for dinner just cuts your head off. That drone's got to kill. He's got a horror story to tell. Well, actually, he's part of the hive mind. He can't tell any stories. He exists as a mindless biological conduit for the swarm. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. So Serral's, by the way, done a great job of continuing to build an insanely powerful army during all of this. Like, this is some... Like, honestly, I spent this whole cast just circle jerking Uthermal, laying it on thick. But Serral's that girl at the bar that's just like, ain't gonna be that easy for you, man. So shout out to Serral and Nurchio and Bly and Slivko, who somehow is also playing. As Serral comes in, he's gonna go towards that third base. There are a few Marines. We have the tanks, let us siege. Wow, Uthermal didn't buy the Marauder skin? Does he have no passion? Someone needs to donate $5 to Uthermal's stream, or $2.50. I know, isn't it €2.50? Don't the European people get kind of screwed over? Yeah, so donate €2.50 to Uthermal. Tell him to buy the Marauder skin, and tell Serral to buy the Roach skin. And if any tournament organizers tell you that you can't use skins, tell them that's how they make money, by advertising them. Anyway, double medevac drop's gonna be heading towards the south side. And they're gonna boost over towards the main. There's a few roaches here to help deal with that. But these Lings, they have no melee upgrades. These Marines are gonna have +2 armor. Just stand and deliver, young comrade. Your Marauders have 2 armor. Those Lings are not doing anything. These Zerglings are like, man, what's that movie I just watched, man? You ever try to punch? No, I was watching a rerun of a Flash episode. Yeah, it's like trying to punch the guy made of steel, right? You just fucking fracture your hand. That's what happens when you have an armor advantage versus somebody else. The Zergling's claws actually just break on the Marauder's armor. And the Marauder's like, oh yeah, baby. Look at this Marauder. It takes a while to kill that guy. What's that? Did he just say something when he died? Did they add death sounds to the Marauder? I didn't hear about that. I didn't actually hear about that. Damn. Damn. All right, so these Marines and Marauders coming in. Like I said, these Lings, okay, they got teeth now. They got teeth, but they're like, don't make a British joke. Don't make a British joke. I love British people. Their teeth aren't great, you know. They need a little bit more work. And these Marines with the +2 armor now, they're still doing great. And Serral's getting his stuff together, though. I mean, let's take stock, okay? So Serral's main, kind of mined out. Natural, run and dry, but he's got the Spire. He's got +3 on the way. He's got his Ultralisk chitinous plating ready. His 4th is mostly saturated. And to top it all off, he's getting the 5th base in the bottom left whilst, you know, doing some damage here and there. +1 attack on the siege tanks, by the way. Muy importante. He's actually killing the Zerglings with his siege tanks. This is very important. How many? What's the army look like? 11 tanks and 16 Marauders. Jesus, that's more tanks than any one man should have. He's going full Gandhi mode here. I haven't played Civ, but I've heard those jokes. Well, he doesn't have nukes, right? Yeah, fuck, man. Wrong reference. Wrong reference on cast. Feels bad, man. Can never be deleted. Feels bad, man. The Ultras are coming. The Bios are going to land. He gets through with the medevacs. The third one barely survives. The pilot screaming in horror. And that one Widow Mine is ready. Trying to just hold this choke point is Serral. Trying to hold the door. These Marauders want to snipe the Infestors. The Ravagers coming in from the east. But he's got so many siege tanks. The Bios are going to hit just two of the tanks and a medevac. The Marauders are still poking, though. He wants to drag him into the light of these siege tanks. And I gotta say, I respect Uthermal's patience. Uthermal wants to move all of his tanks forward, but he knows that if he gets caught with those tanks unsieged, it's gonna be GG, Tasteless. So the tanks all finally being able to wall up. These Ultras are pushing into the choke. Hold the door, damn! These Ultras are getting wrecked as these Marauders continue to poke. The drop from the south side coming in. Whoop, whoop. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge corrosive bile. Oh my goodness, so many. He's hitting his own Ultralisk. Rip. I think they could have used the Tranquilizer on that Ultralisk instead of killing it. More and more bile rains down, but there's so many siege tanks. Jesus. Okay, Greater Spire is just finishing. The Greater Spire is just ready, so this is it, man. Broodlords are cash money, cash money, cash versus this army. And Uthermal, he needs to push it in real quick. He needs to push it real good because Broods are going to neutralize his tanks. If he can kill all the Ultras, the siege tanks don't need to be in siege mode. It's mostly for dealing with the ultras because of that high single target damage from a distance, of course. So it's nice that he's got all these tanks, but this push has taken so long that the Brood Lords are out. And now he's like, oh, okay. Boom, Vikings immediately, Starport immediately. More biles raining, and his siege tanks are no longer killing the Zerg. The siege tanks are killing themselves. And Uthermal's like, all right. Now, hey, yo, Brood Lords. Yeah. I ain't built all these siege tanks for nothing. Give me some Vikings. I am your Terran. Double Medevac's going to head to the southwest. The 5 Ultralisk run-by is going to hit the northeast. There is a single tank and a planetary Foratod. Man, this game's been crazy. It's good that he still has the tanks, though. So these Ultras are going to try to rip this base apart. They should be able to kill this. I don't think Repair can save it. The damage, the damage is too high. So great pick off there for Serral. But at the same time, Uthermal in the bottom left. Corruptors are making their way towards them, but he does get the hatchery. Actually, I'm curious because he missed this in the last game. Does the Zergling have... Dude, why doesn't he get the Crackling upgrade? Is he on, like... Is he an AA or... I don't know. It's probably a different group for people on Crack, to be honest. I don't know if it's AA, but I mean... He needs the... What's the name of the upgrade? Adrenal glands. He needs adrenal glands. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't really know what's happening anymore. What a great best of 5 this has been so far, though. Man, I thought this sucked when it went down 2-0. It's always good to see a good back and forth. You know what I'm saying, fam? A good back and forth. Just in and out. Real slow. Or real fast, if you please. Everyone's got their own preference. +3 melee attack has finally started. There are a bajillion siege tanks making their way over here. And, oh my god! Oh, the Brood Lords! Bigling run by. The Vikings are going to move up. He needs to be careful. A fungal with the corrosive bile could spell death. Oh, there's not a lot of Brood Lords, really. I like that he has the tank siege, but they are starting to kill themselves. You have to be so patient in this scenario. More Corruptors are coming out. All we need are a few more Brood Lords, and then everything is going to be great. Like, I think it should be good. The Ling counter is nice. Maybe building armor at this point would be helpful. I mean, I guess Uthermal's economy has been kind of stunted. He needs to take this base. Like, needs. Like, Needs. I could spell. Yeah, that's right. He's going to shoot at some queens. The queens don't have upgrades, so they actually don't deal damage. And the Vikings are killing some of these Corruptors, but he doesn't have enough. The Brood Lords are, I mean, this is why you don't want to be sieged. I don't see any Roaches or Ravagers here. Do you guys? Can you see any Roaches or Ravagers? No, Dora. So unsiege your tanks. Now you need to siege your tanks. Rip. Too late. Baby Rage. Never lucky. He actually killed most of the Corruptors. So I do think there's an opportunity now to kill the Brood Lords. Man in armored vehicle violates Zerg 5th. Oh! Oh no! Okay. Bow, chicka, bow, wow. That feel when Vikings are so useless, it's okay to lose them as long as you kill the Brood Lords. No! Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Alright, well, one Brood Lord shouldn't turn the tide, he says, before one Brood Lord turns the tide. More Liberators are coming out. And Uthermal has hemorrhaged a lot of economy, but killing this base was really big because this base has not been touched. And these Lings come up here, but they get a tank, but there's still a good SCV saturation. And these Marines are just dancing around. The Zerg does have 3-3. Still no adrenal glands, by the way. Still no adrenal glands. No adrenal glands. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. These links are going to come in towards the northeast. The run-bys have been really good for Serral / a laser, so I've been loving it. And siege tank's getting picked off, but this isn't the base that matters, you know. This base has money in it. You know, it's just like politics, right? It's the people that have money that matter. So Ultralist just runs through with reckless abandon. And that base in the bottom left is getting rebuilt. These Marauders and Marines are fighting the Lings. What is that? That's... Marauders say things when they die. That makes me uncomfortable. I prefer it when they're quiet. I mean, when you... Never mind. He killed that Broodlord. The hero Broodlord. Just get Liberator range. It'll be okay. Drop's going to hit the bottom left. And another run by. He doesn't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Shout out to Ents, one of their newest sponsors, Miley Cyrus. Serral can't stop, won't stop, killing this base. Gets more SCVs. Marines and Marauders come to clean it up. He defends this drop, and he's still holding it together. Real nice. Real nice, man. So he's going to come in towards the top right. He's looking for any bases that Serral has taken. Funnily enough, Serral waits for all of his creep to be cleared before taking this base back. These Ultras want to push in. There's no Liberators here. This army is not enough to defend the expansion. This is the most important thing that Uthermal owns outside of his awesome Teletubby collection. At the same time, he's going to kill this base on the east side. He gets the drones. Keeps moving. He's got a Liberator back in this drop-up. So I think Uthermal is finally starting to edge out this victory here. Because all he really needed to do once the Broodlord Corruptor phase ended is just get Liberators, man. They're the best unit in the game. I'll say it. They're the best unit in the game. Nathan, you say everything's overpowered. That's not Terran. Liberators are the best unit in the game. They're the best unit in the game. Oh my god. So it's like, you know, Ultras naturally don't one-shot giant clumps of armies like that, but when they stim that hard and you see an Ultra basically... He didn't even get the kills. Wow, someone kill stall. I've been playing a lot of Gears, man. If someone downs somebody, you have to let them go teabag him and then chainsaw him in half. You don't kill somebody that someone else downs. It's not like they're getting up unless it's execution, in which case steal their kill. Cleans up those Lings. But Uthermal's got money. And now he doesn't. That poor mule never got to mine, you know. It's literally the only thing he can do. He could repair, but he's not doing that either. Meanwhile, the Ultras are facing the wrath off creep of the Marine Marauder Siege Tank army. And with that Ravager backup, they are actually getting some work done here. The Siege Tank gets picked off. Lings hit in the northeast side. More Link. He's like, fuck this. I don't want workers here anymore. This place just constantly gets attacked. And defends this base. This is super important. Gets that Ravager. So important. This is his last bastion of economy. And, you know, Zerg lacks that turret mode, so it's very, very important. He's at 60 supply. Liberator. Oh, takes some shots. He's still standing, though. Tries to attack this Spine Crawler. He's going to kill it. Oh, my goodness. That Liberator finally picked off. And this... Oh. As Donnie Vermillion would say. Was there really no other way? GG! Uthermal ties the series up.